Barnes, you know how much I love documentaries, music docs, anything about rock.
Oh, yeah.
And I love a good list because whenever any of these music publications put out a list, sometimes it really riles me up because I'm like, you forgot this. Well, I've got one for you. This is a list of the 50 greatest rock singers of all time.
Ooh, that's tough.
It's really tough because then you start looking at different genres, right? There's like rock and hard rock. And
so they're saying rock, they're classifying just any rock. So it could be alternative rock, could be classic rock, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. And that's when it gets really tough because there's so many great singers out there. And then I want to take it to the listeners, but I have some from the bottom that I want to bring up because it's top 50.
Which some of those probably, arguably, could be way higher up.
I know that's when people start getting antsy, but I know our listeners will have some opinions. But I want to take it first to the very bottom at number 50. And I wouldn't have thought about him, but Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. He's got he knows how to deliver a Rage song, and that's what they're saying.
See, but are we judging on singing quality or stylistic choices? Because...
Well, that's why this list is really interesting, and they're saying that his voice does cut through on the Rage songs, but he's at number 50.
But it's more shouting. Do what they told ya! I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he's not...
Wow, that was a good impression.
Do what they told ya!
Well, I think that's what they're saying, that for a Rage song, he cuts through. This one's kind of low, and you might have your opinion about this one, because he's such a legend in our world. Dave Grohl is at 48.
48?
Yes, because they're saying... Look, he's a great frontman, but he's not really known for his voice. He's just known being a great rock guy.
I think the Foo Fighters have had more rock hits than any other band in like the last 10 or 15 years.
Yes, that one's debatable. It's kind of low being at 48 when you're talking about the top 50.
But see, if you're arguing him versus Zach De La Rocha, at least Grohl does sing, but Grohl also shouts, but we know he can sing. I think that's too low.
I would say if you had a list of the best screamers in rock, Grohl would be number one.
Well, that list needs to be made, though.
Yes.
That is a good one.
Well, right now, these are the best singers. Top 50.
Disagree with that one strongly.
Number 22. I'm thinking could be higher. Eddie Vedder.
But you can't understand him.
Because they're saying in the early days, he was just pretty maniacal on stage, and now that he's gotten older and wiser, it's just his vocal intensity. But think about his recognizable voice.
And that's the thing.
22, I think people are thinking, 22 is about right for Eddie Vedder. I think it could be higher.
He's unique, no doubt, but you'd argue you can't understand what he's saying in half of the songs.
But recognizable.
I mean,
he's got his own style.
Yeah. And he also, I don't think, showcases singing. I'm just playing devil's advocate. He talks a lot and he growls a lot, but is that singing? It works, obviously. I'm just saying there's so many parameters with a singer.
Well, maybe 22 is good for Eddie Vedder, but here's one that should be in the top 10. And you tell me, should he be higher because he's so charismatic? At number 9 on this list, Bono.
Oh, see, I would have thought top 5.
Me too, because you got From a Whisper to a Scream. He is not afraid to show his vocal range and his emotion.
And what's interesting is even on some recordings, the imperfection of his voice, like Stuck in a Moment, in that song, you can hear his voice cracking, but they didn't remove it. Like, they left it. He's very authentic.
Yes. You and I both agree that Bono should be in the top 5.
That's interesting. Okay, number 9 for Bono.
Yeah, and again, this is one of those lists from a music magazine. 50 greatest rock singers of all time. Yeah, I think Bono, it's you too. Come on. All right, standing outside of the top 5 at number 6, David Byrne from the Talking Heads.
David Byrne higher than Bono?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep.
I can't...
Byrne's singular voice as both an unforgettable vocalist and curious writer helped the fusion in his mind leap into reality and turning him into one of the greatest of all time. I do love David Byrne. I don't know if David Byrne should be higher than Bono.
I don't know if you're throwing around one of the greatest of all time in regards to David Byrne.
Art pop. So this begs to say, who is in the top 5?
Okay, well, you're missing a lot.
Missing a lot, and I think missing several for me. Who should be in the top 5? I mean, who should be number 1? I think we should take it to the listeners.
Yeah, let's do a listener poll. The simple question: who is the best rock singer of all time?
And you can go like alternative, classic rock.
Yeah, good to point out that your guesses should cover the rock spectrum. 470-741-4999. Who is the best rock singer of all time?